Don't piss me off. Hey y'all, welcome back to the Very Much So podcast. Notice I'm in all black. I'm gonna do a quick, ooh, I love a little leg slit action. I just do. Quick OOTD, cause yeah, the crush is no more. So we had to wear all black because quite honestly, fuck that man, respectfully. There are new developments and I've been very pressed to get back and report to y'all on this. But long story short is fuck that man. And so we'll go backwards because I actually want to really talk about my history with him. Cause truth be told, that actually was not the first time I've had a crush on him. Dun dun dun. I'm gonna explain to y'all why I even entertained it. I'm gonna talk to y'all about just I'm gonna paint a fuller picture because when we were at the watch party, which can I also say, shout out to y'all, baby, like, I was, first of all, I'm very grateful about how very much dating has been received and open. It's honestly has been lately like my most successful video on my channel, like over 200 views in like 4 days. It's craziness. Like, okay, y'all know how to welcome a girl back into the YouTube podcasting ting. I love to see it. Like, shout out to everybody who has messaged me, sent me just people have sent me like paragraphs, reviews, like the voice notes, just the feedback. I love it. Like, shout out to the girls because the best compliment that I received from that episode was people telling me like it sounded like I was right there with him. It sounded like we were on FaceTime. It sounded like a girl session, which what can I say? This is just what I do. I'm so grateful. Like, and I will say God is good because when I recorded that video, I was literally like, okay, I'm about to wrap it up. I'm about to pack it up. I have been on this thing of like just trying to be more obedient, especially as it pertains to my gift in this YouTube channel and just the things that I do. Like, if God is telling me to do something, I'm like, okay, let me just do it. And so I was supposed to do the Megan album review that day, which I still need to do. But I was so tired. I was like, it's not giving. I've been like, I posted on all 3 pages that day. I was spent. And then he had heart eyes me and then it put a battery in my back. I was like, drag him. Get him again, get him for me. And so, you know, that's where I really just got the energy and the strength to record that video. It was like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. That was the first video that I have ever recorded, edited, and published within less than 24 hours. And I know y'all keep hearing me say that because it's really a testimony. Like, I've never done that. I've never done that. Never. And it's so funny, like, after I finished recording it, I was like, oh, y'all gonna eat it up. Y'all gonna eat it up. I was supposed to be asleep. But I just recorded a whole podcast episode. And y'all gonna eat it up. Y'all gonna eat it up, already know. And did. And I was also like, I'm gonna release tomorrow. Normally, I'd be saying stuff. Normally, I'd just be saying something, forget. But I really released the next day and it's like the timing was perfect. I was meeting up with Jania and Alana anyway. And so it was a beautiful day. Like, we got to watch together, chit chat. And so even with them, the more and more details, on one hand, they were like, man, that don't give him no coochie. And then on the other hand, they was like, girl, why did you do that? And so I'm here to say, I'm gonna start off. I'm wearing all black as a death to that crush. I am not crushing on that nigga no more. I'm not crushing on that nigga no more. I'm not crushing on that nigga no more. It's done. But I feel like other stuff is important into the story. So y'all have the full picture. So we're gonna go backwards a bit and then I'm gonna tell y'all how I came to this conclusion and just my feelings about it in general. And like, honestly, it was never given I'm about to not have no hoes, not have no roster for that man. It never gave. It never gave. What Meg say? He acting up, then I'ma pivot. He acting up, then what the fuck? I look like tripping on 1 out of 7 billion. That's what it gave. Like, it was never that deep. But we're gonna talk about it. So welcome to episode 2 of our very much dating. I have my computer because I deleted some texts with him on my phone, and so they are on my computer. And I also have like an agenda of things we're gonna talk about today, so I can make sure I get everything in, okay? And if you've been like following me on Instagram, and actually this computer is big as fuck, so I'm about to go get my phone. So if you've been following me on Insta, then you know that Let's Go by Key Glock is like one of my favorite songs right now. I don't know, it just activates me. It's just something about him saying, they still trying to figure out who I am, who I be. Pillow talking to these hoes, that shit weak. They say money talk with diamonds in my teeth. I be Louis down with Jordans on my feet. Niggas messed up in your yard like trick or treat. Like, it's just something about that song. And so I say that because while I am grateful for everybody, all the new listeners, all the people who are here, getting comfy, getting cozy, learning about Very Much So Pod, learning about me and all the things that I do, I noticed that when I shared certain things, pieces of like the podcast, the episode on TikTok, you know, TikTok shows you who views your profile. I always pray for like protection over all of my content because I am a very open, like honest, transparent person. Like, I love what I do, I love what I'm doing, what I'm building, but I want the right eyes on my content versus like just any and everybody. And again, I had an ex who was very like stalker gave harassment. And so when it comes to like digital spaces, I kind of get paranoid. I just kind of get paranoid when people are like in my business, and I understand now, like with what I'm building, I am opening it to a larger audience. Like, it's just gonna grow, right? And so I'm trying to be like conscious of that, but a small part of me is like, okay, who are all these people who are viewing this? Like, what are their names? Where did they come from? Who are they? TikTok shows you who's viewed your profile. Niggas, gender neutral, viewing my profile. I'm like, why the fuck are you here? Why are you here? What do you want? And while, you know, I know that a lot of the girlies like, oh my gosh, it's girls talk, girls talk, girls talk. It's gender neutral. Men come on in too, because I did have men who have messaged me, watched the episode, support, love it, welcome. But I also feel like a lot of niggas can be messy, and I just continue to pray that my content and also people are just nosy. And so if you watched that last episode trying to be nosy and you're back again being nosy for more, then you're gonna hear some more stuff that you don't want to hear, but you're just a nosy ass bitch. So hey, I think I'm just having to get comfortable with people who I may not want in this business being in it anyway, because, you know, people be watching what I do. People be watching what I do. That's why one of the things that I was like very intentional about, especially when August came, I was like, I'm blocking, I'm deleting. Don't come looking for me, changing the username. Like, I'm out of here. That's some old shit. I don't know nothing about that. I was very intentional about trying to do that, but I also know, like, you know, I have my podcast and people know like that's an avenue that they can go through to have access to me. I say that to say, like, I saw who was viewing my profile and I was like, ugh, get out of here. Get out. You know, niggas are messy, and so I already know like niggas have shared stuff, niggas and it's like, you know how people say like, name the messiest bitch you know? I bet it's a nigga. Like, that's what it gave. And also just like, people are messy. I just have to say that like, this is meant to be a safe space for me, and this is also a platform where I use my voice to tell my stories, and this is my shit, okay? And I was also thinking about this in terms of that man, BDE. I was like, should he be offended about the video? Like, da-da-da. But I was like, you know what? I'm an artist. I'm a creative. Like, if I was a poet, if you're a poet, then you know, like, you're gonna have poems written about you. If you're a singer, if you're dating, da-da-da, you're gonna know that, like, you know, you're gonna expect some art in, you know, that person's medium. And so podcasting and talking and yapping, this and music as well, because I got some tricks on my sleeve. This is my medium, and so yeah, that's that. And so anyway, we are going to dive in, but I did want to say, like, it's definitely, it's done. Is done. He's out of here. He's not all the way out. He's not all the way out, but let's start. Okay, so we're gonna start. First, I want to say I did post a story too. I posted it in around like August, when I noticed like certain people were like liking my stories, sliding in my DMs, like doing kind of like, you know, the tricky things people do on Instagram. And I was like, okay, let me post this so niggas know, don't look at me. So I posted a reel and it was like, if I know you, I will never get with you. I will never date you. My future man, my future husband is a stranger. I don't know him, never met him. I know some of y'all may have watched that first video and saying like, girl, like if you know him, like how he get in so close. But I'm like, if you watch that video, you already know how he got so close, because he was fine. Anyway, I'm gonna go back. One, I'm gonna say I posted when I was single and I was like, don't ask me about no nigga. Don't ask me about no wedding. Don't ask my friends shit. I don't know. I don't know if I said don't screenshot. I was saying screenshot because I know you messy ass niggas love to screenshot anyway, because it's what, again, name the messiest bitch you know. I bet it's a nigga. And I know niggas did that because the nigga sent my post back to me and he's not even on Instagram. So you messy ass niggas, messy ass hoes, y'all completed y'all brief. Congratulations. Sent that back to him. And honestly, the post, reflecting on it now, was very iconic, because for me to announce that I was single, saying don't ask me about no nigga, don't ask me about no wedding, I kind of hate that. I kind of need that on a shirt. Yeah, people sent it, screenshotted it. People still was asking my friends stuff. Like, y'all don't follow directions, but anyway. So as soon as I posted that, like niggas saw that as like green light, go. And it was like, oh, let me start liking stuff. Let me start liking certain stories. Let me start liking certain posts. And it's like, yeah, I had to make that post so I can say like, get the fuck away from me. I've always been a new dick kind of girl. Like I've never wanted to, and I'm speaking like, I also feel like, I don't know if other people can relate, but I feel like specifically from my high school, a lot of people who were together are together like now, or like got together years later. And I'm like, I want some new dick. Like I wanted me somebody new. Like I didn't like these niggas then. I don't like these niggas now. And like, obviously BDE is an exception. But let me give y'all more of the tea on BDE, because it's complicated, which makes how he's acting even more diabolical, which is why I really have to leave him. I really have to leave him alone. And I'm saying this presently because it's still kind of ongoing, but it's only so many times a nigga can really like show his ass before you just have to like get your shit and go. So let me go back. And also, that was one of the questions I asked him. I was like, did you see that story? Like, did you see me post that? Because why you not listening? Like, why are you here? He was like, girl, I wasn't worried about all of that. Well, you should have been, because you could have, I mean, I maybe wouldn't have seen the goods, but all this that you're doing, it's anyway. But I will say, he kind of ate that. Going back to our initial phone call, mind you, this is still the only time I have talked to that nigga on that phone. And I know y'all heard me say I'm a yapper. And honestly, as I was talking today, I was talking to Tiffany today, I have a new rule. I'm not entertaining no shit, no nigga, if we don't link within the first 48 hours. Like if we're not immediately linking,
Graham, leave her alone.
What are you talking about? Like, you're not talking about anything. And that's also why it irritates me with this man, because again, we haven't linked, we haven't talked on the phone either. I'm gonna tell y'all what has happened this past week, because it's been a lot. But we haven't done those things, but you're on my phone. It's like, what is there to talk about? If you say you like me and you send me a dick pic, why did you send me a dick pic if you did not expect me to like get on that thing the next day? Like realistically. Realistically, you just sent me it to what? To show? So anyway, when we was on the phone, he did say like, yeah, I'm not worried about all that. And again, like he said he liked my attitude, which it gave that Jill Scott video. Like if you could tell me what to do, you could tell me what to do. If you can't tell me what to do, then you can't tell me what to do. Which really reaffirms the fact that I really need a strong, like a very confident, like nigga in my life. Because if you could tell me what to do, you could tell me what to do. If you can't tell me what to do, then you can't tell me what to fucking do. Period. Okay, anyway. I don't even know where to start. I really don't even know where to start with this, man. I'll say this wasn't the first crush I've had on him, right? So let's go back. Let's take it back to 2008. I was young Brittany, not even 14, about to go to high school. Me and my sister, she's a year older than me. He, BDE, is age mates with my sister, in the same grade as my sister. We are all in a college prep program. So the summer before I started 9th grade, I was in this program. So I got exposed to the high school niggas before I went to high school.
Where the hood niggas at? Where's the hood niggas at? I'm looking for the hood niggas. Come on.
Because again, I was going into 9th grade. Him and my sister were going into 10th grade. And so I say this is not the first crush we've had on each other. I guess I'm gonna open this with saying, like, I think I gave him the chances that I gave him because I do genuinely feel like we have chemistry. I'm gonna say that. Like, I genuinely feel we have chemistry.
Who had been saying that? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that?
I feel like sometimes there are just some people you meet and you already know them, or like there's like something connecting you. Like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like me and him have that, which is partly why I was kind of interested in exploring some type of something with him. And I will admit, like, a crush, yeah, I like how he speaks to me. I like us, like, when we connect and talk, like, the energy is nice, right? But mind you, he's just really disappointed me. And like, we were in this college preparatory program. The program is only like 6 to 8 weeks, not long at all. It's a little bit foggy what exactly our interactions were then, how we meshed then, but it was kind of like, twin, where have you been? Like, it was kind of like that a little bit. Mind you, at the time, again, my ass was with somebody. And he was doing his thing throughout the program as well. But I don't know, it was something about me and him. And I say that because fast forward to when school officially started, the person that I was with and him fought. Why? Because the person I was with at the time kind of, and I wish I knew. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was some shit on Facebook. I don't know the full scope of everything, but him and my ex, baby, they went toe to toe. And it was messy. And mind you, for me, it kind of gives like, you could check the throwback pics. I've been that bitch. It gives, once a hot girl, always a hot girl. It gives like, no, it was literally like September and niggas were fighting over me in school. I was like, oh my gosh, this is too much. It's too much. Mind you, my ex at the time, bitch, he would fight a fly. He would literally fight. Like, he did not need any reason to go off or like he just was naturally very possessive, jealous, all this shit. And so I don't know what he saw, what he heard, what the story was about me and BDE at that time, but they fought. And it was messy. It really was messy. And like, this is honestly like, and that probably was low. I don't know. I don't even know if we ever, like, me and him ever like talked about it, but it's like, he got the sense that BDE had a crush on me then. Like, we had a connection, and obviously he was jealous of it. And I say it was just so messy because, again, I'm a freshman in high school, and there was some class I was in because I was with upperclassmen. Somebody was like, because BDE was on the football team, and somebody was like, yeah, like, oh, you Brittany, like, you the person that so and so was fighting over. I was like, no. It was too much. It was too messy. And so I say all that to say, like, this is not the first time like we've had a crush on each other. Like, I feel like I don't know, it's something. I don't know, don't give me the line. Anyway, and I'm not even finna do too much because, again, the crush is dead. I'm just so like I'm so irritated because, nigga, what are you doing? Which, I don't know, this video is is all over the place. Like I'll try to find some order to this when I'm editing. But let me also say, okay, so posted the video on Tuesday, the new episode. We had the watch party. I'm talking to Alana and Jania, and they are irritated with me because they're like, girl, what the fuck? They're on two sides. Like, one, girl, fuck him, and two, girl, what the. So let me say, I unblocked him, then I blocked him, then I blocked him, then I'm unblocked. I honestly, and somebody did message me and give feedback, and they were like, girl, you're strict. 24 hours. And I was like, but you don't need to give a nigga too much time to play in your face. Okay? And I trusted my gut. So much of the work I'm doing now is just about listening and trusting and following my intuition. I trusted my gut, I blocked him. Now, did I unblock him to get a lick off every now and then? Yes, I did. But then I blocked him back. And then I, added him to the close friends and started playing those games. And so from what they were saying, I needed to give it another go. Try again with this nigga. For the girlies, you just gotta. Okay. Wait, there's a video of me and Jania and Alana singing, I got an ass so big like the sun. Hope you got a mouthful of dick. What's the name of that song? I got an ass so big. Look back at me. She said I gotta do it for girls all around the world, simply because of how fine he is. Simply because of, and I'm like, girl, I know, I'm trying to. Like, when y'all see me post that disheveled Barbie, like, I'm trying to post her. I'm trying. But I'm not gonna do too much, okay? I'm not gonna do too much. And so anyway, let's backtrack. So they were like, this is a window of opportunity. Use it. And I will also say, he was in my close friends. He heart eyes me, and then I was posting a slew of things. I'll say, let me start with that. I was posting a slew of things. I was like, oh, me to my crush. And I was like, oh, also me to my crush. And like, I posted a bunch of things back to back to back. I know he probably was like, this girl. And so he liked one of them. I was like, nigga, don't be liking my shit. So I'm also gonna do red flags and green flags for this nigga. That's what I'm gonna do, because it's giving orange, and you can't go on orange. You cannot go on an orange flag. Like, it has to be one or the other. Like, and I cannot have orange flag energy at this stage in my life. I just can't. So anyway, I was posting a bunch of shit. I'm also waiting for somebody to like take me to Chili's. Shout out to this. First of all, I love this song. It's like, want to go to Chili's and get the triple dipper and a frozen margarita. And like, honestly, I kind of shouldn't be setting the bar really low. Like, trust me, when I get to pick in these restaurants, and I'm gonna pick the best of the best restaurant, but once I get kind of cozy with a nigga, baby, we're going to Chili's. We're going to Cheesecake Factory. We're going. Anyway, I posted me to my crush. Been talking to this girl for a week, and I told her I love her. Why she say I love you more? Because let that nigga give me any sign. Anyway, I also posted also me to my crush, and it was this Issa Rae thing.
Nigga, you's a liar. I'll set your face on fire. I don't give a fuck.
Right? I said that. And then I posted this, and it's like, when he's always inconsistent and thinks you about to wait around. And he liked this. And part of what he liked it, I was like, nigga, is that shade? You confirming it? Yes or no? Use your words. Use your fucking words. You got so much to say. Like, you love using all these little dumb features. Use your words. Why niggas don't be using their words? So he liked it. Them two, Jania and Alana, they was like, send him this. And I'm not gonna tell y'all what I sent him. It was a calendar invite. That's all I'm gonna say. For an appointment. I sent it to him and I unblocked it. It was like, girl, unblock him and just send him this, right? And so I put dinner and appointment. And he accepted it. So also now, nigga, I got your email. Let's see how I use that shit. He accepted it immediately. So he texted me the next day and he was like, morning. What'd he say? Cause I'ma put it on Front Street, because I feel like these niggas just be saying shit. Like, I'm just letting y'all know. Like, yeah, it get the coochie wet a little bit, but they all be using the same shit. He said, good morning. I love your energy. Mind you, I turned my read receipts on with him. Yes, I did. So, you know, I responded when I felt like it. And I was like, I bet you do. I have questions for you, sir, whenever you're ready. And he was like, you know that I'll answer them, so ask away. Like, first of all, don't be telling me that you're gonna answer all my questions, because you know that's a green flag and to get the coochie wet. Like, what? Ah! And so I asked him, I was like, do you have a girlfriend, or do you have somebody who thinks that they're your girlfriend? He was like, no, I don't. My next question is, what was all that? What was, like, why did you ignore me? To my surprise, he sent a voice memo. He sent a voice memo. Hold on, I'm gonna listen to it now just to hear his voice. Yes, y'all, I'm a yearner. I'm a yearner. And you know what? Niggas really get on my nerves because, like, and it's like, niggas think you stupid. Niggas think you so stupid. He was like, oh no, I can see why you'll think that, but that's not what's going on. I just had a lot going on. It's like, we have all heard this. We have all heard this. I have friends who have been talking to guys, and that is like, y'all, the jig is up. Please get something else. Cause a lot going on. Now, mind you, he is a pappy. He is a pappy, so I'll give him that. I'll give him that. That is zaddy. It is zaddy. It just is. And I don't know what all comes with that. But communication is very basic. And he was doing everything else he could, like, no excuses. Anyway, he said he had a lot going on. You couldn't just say that, nigga. And he ended it with, I could have been better. I could say it won't happen again. And he said, you don't have to think it was because of another girl, whatever the case may be, because it wasn't. Like, he said that like at least 4 or 5 times throughout the message. And part of me is like, maybe I got your ass and you trying to manipulate me into thinking that I'm not correct by just saying that. Now, I will say, with this message, I was like, And I will just say that. I was, I wasn't like, okay, hard ass. I was just like, It's no excuse. It's really no excuse. But honestly, I was trying to keep it cute. Because, again, niggas already know what they be doing. At this point in my life, I'm not going to be reminding you or just giving you the guidebook for how to treat me. Because what you won't do, another nigga will. And me having to break that shit down for you when it's just simple, basic, human, common courtesy of answering a text or just showing effort. If you don't want to, like, I'm not forcing you. I'm not forcing shit in this chapter of my life. I'm not forcing. So honestly, he said that. I'm like, okay. If you say so, like, I can't do nothing but, like, if it takes too much energy at this point with him, I'm not doing it. Like, if you say so. If you say so. If you say so, cool. You sound sincere? Sure. Hope everything's okay. Then we just started talking. And I will say, spoiler alert, the communication with this nigga went from Tuesday to Thursday. I cannot have a crush. I cannot be entertaining nobody where I can't even trust that I'm going to have consistent communication with you beyond 4 fucking days. Like, no. You got me fucked up. You really got me fucked up. But I'm not even gonna say, you got me fucked up. That's all that is. I honestly was giving him nothing this, like, we were texting. He was texting me every morning, texting me, oh, good morning, morning, little mama, morning this, morning that. I was keeping it just very cute. And honestly, even though I sent him that calendar invite, nothing was sexual. Nothing was sexual. I was honestly just like, I was scoping out the scene.
I'm gonna scope the scenery out. Watch out. You don't know when I'm coming. Dummy.
I was scoping out the scene, seeing what he was talking about, because I'm like, And so now I'm gonna say a green flag that he has, because even though our conversation this week, in the little bit of time that it was very rated G, he just does certain things that I'm just like, I really like that. That's so nice about you. Like, you get me. When we were talking, he was trying to throw in some romantic, like, just the word romance. And I feel like niggas really just be trying to get you. Because don't be saying, oh, you want to do this. You want to see this romantic thing. You want to see that romantic thing. Like, nigga, be romantic. Be it. What you need to see it for. Go turn on your TV right now and turn on something if you want to see an example. Like, do some romantic shit. Then, anyway. So, another thing that I say, like, I feel like is like a green flag of his One of the few. I just feel like we have chemistry because some things I be thinking and like he'll say it or he'll like whatever the case may be. So it's just interesting to me. Like we were talking about his diet and like what he eats. And he has a very, again, athletic, muscular, very disciplined. He follows like a certain diet. I was like, okay, like, you know, he mentioned like lunch and dinner and I'm like, okay, like, well, what do you eat for breakfast? And he was like, in a voice note, mind you, we sent to each other a lot of voice notes this week. Which in his mind, this is probably like level 2. But in my mind, this is still level 0. Especially with him doing all this ignoring. Also, he asked for a barber. You know how on Instagram people be doing those notes? He asked if there were any barbers out where he stayed. And I was joking. This was at the watch party. That I should send him like one of the worst barbers. But honestly, bringing that up. What if he went on like a date this weekend, y'all? Or has something else to do. I don't know. I knew I should have sent him a 1-star barber. Hey y'all, so the video is about to end, but I'm just cackling because I really put 2 and 2 together a little bit and pissed myself off and then ended the episode, but y'all will see. You know, I was like, oh, do you eat breakfast? And he has sent a voice note and he was like, oh yeah, like I don't eat breakfast. Like he skips it, but he's like, honestly, like if you want to cook me breakfast or if you want to go out somewhere to get breakfast, like I'm not opposed to that. Like I do it, da-da-da. But it's like, nigga, how you know? Because I was thinking like, oh, because after I do what I need to do, how you know I don't want to cook you no breakfast? Which he was on that vibe too. And then because Ann will get in that kitchen. Okay, hey y'all, we're gonna try this again. So I did try to record this yesterday. And then, not for nothing, I kind of got triggered a little bit. So I was like, no. We'll just try again another day. And I'm just going to do a different format. Because some of the stuff I am still processing. Y'all know your girl is still in her healing era. Every time I sit down, I want to be honest and truthful and like, I don't know, but it's hard to do that in this situation right here, right now because of some of the things. Like, I don't ever want to feel like I sat down and just talked bullshit. I want to know that, like, I kept it a bean. And it's hard to keep it a bean because I need to have certain realizations with myself sometimes before I say things out loud to y'all. So I did do that yesterday. I was up till like 4 a.m. Like I said, I recorded yesterday, but I was processing too much. So I'm still gonna release some of what I recorded. It's just gonna be different, and I may like record different bits and pieces to make it a full episode. But this specifically is going to be Q&A format because for me, I think that's just a little easier like than me just processing out loud. So if you follow us on Insta at very much so pod, I asked folks to give me some questions that they would want to know for the next episode. I took those and here we are. First question